Welcome to my channel. Today, we're exploring Stellar Defiance, a sci-fi journey where humanity stands strong and defies the odds across the galaxy. Dive into epic starship battles, powerful tech, and the resilience that makes us unstoppable in a universe full of challenges. If you're ready for a thrill-packed adventure in deep space, hit subscribe, and let's get started. The crew of the Stellar Horizon had prepared for years for their mission of voyage into the farthest reaches of known space, where humanity's maps ended and the great unknown began. Theirs was not a mission of conquest or colonization, but of discovery and understanding. They were explorers, the heirs of centuries of human ambition to uncover the mysteries of the universe. The ship itself was the pinnacle of human ingenuity, a vessel designed for deep space exploration, equipped with the most advanced technologies humanity had ever developed. Its quantum drive allowed for unprecedented speed, and its AI, named Halo, was a near-sentient companion capable of interpreting data, assisting with navigation, and providing psychological support to the crew. Captain Eliana Carter had been chosen to lead the mission not only for her extensive experience in deep space exploration but for her ability to inspire loyalty and unity in her crew. Eliana was known for her calm and pragmatic demeanor, but beneath her professional exterior lay a deep curiosity and a relentless drive to uncover the unknown. Her crew was a hand-picked group of specialists, each bringing their unique skills and perspectives to the mission. Dr. Soren Malik, the ship's astrophysicist, had spent years theorizing about the nature of dark matter and its potential role in the unexplored regions of space. Lieutenant Aria Valdez, the ship's chief engineer, was a practical and resourceful problem solver whose ability to think on her feet had earned her a reputation as one of the best in the fleet. Dr. Layla Voss, a biologist, was fascinated by the possibility of alien ecosystems and had dedicated her life to understanding the principles of life beyond Earth. Commander Rhea Torin, the pilot, was bold and intuitive, her sharp reflexes and daring maneuvers making her the perfect navigator for uncharted territories. The mission began with a sense of optimism and anticipation. As the Stellar Horizon departed Earth's orbital station, the crew gathered on the observation deck to watch their homeworld fade into the distance. It was a moment of profound emotion for many, a final glimpse of the planet that had nurtured humanity, now a distant blue sphere shrinking against the backdrop of stars. For Captain Carter, the moment was bittersweet. She felt the weight of responsibility pressing down on her, knowing that every decision she made could mean the difference between survival and disaster. The first months of the journey were marked by routine and exploration. The Stellar Horizon traversed star systems that had only been glimpsed through telescopes, its sensors collecting data on planetary atmospheres, stellar activity, and gravitational anomalies. The crew marveled at the beauty of distant nebulae, their colors swirling like cosmic paintings, and the quiet majesty of stars billions of years old. Each discovery filled them with awe, a reminder of the vastness and complexity of the universe. But the sense of wonder was tempered by the knowledge that they were venturing further from home with each passing day. The distances became so great that even light from familiar stars seemed to fade, replaced by the faint glow of distant galaxies. The crew began to feel the isolation, the silence of deep space settling over them like a heavy shroud. Communication with Earth grew delayed and fragmented, and the realization that they were truly alone in the void began to sink in. It was during a survey of a binary star system that the anomaly struck. The Stellar Horizon had been scanning the gravitational interactions between the two stars when a sudden surge of energy enveloped the ship. The gravitational wave was unlike anything the crew had ever encountered, its force overwhelming the ship's navigation systems and flinging them off course. By the time the crew regained control, they found themselves in a region of space that defied all known charts. The stars here were sparse and dim, their light barely piercing the darkness. It was as though they had been cast into a void, a realm on the edge of the galaxy where even the universe seemed to fade. The realization that they were lost hit the crew with a sense of profound dread. The Stellar Horizon had been designed for long-term exploration, but it was still dependent on regular resupply and communication with Allied outposts. Here, in this uncharted expanse, there were no allies, no colonies, no hope of rescue. The ship's distress signals, sent out on all frequencies, were met with silence. They were alone. Captain Carter convened the crew in the central hub, where holographic displays showed incomplete data on their surroundings. "We may be adrift," she said, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation, "but we are not without hope. We have each other, we have this ship, and we have our skills. We will survive this, together." Her words were met with a mixture of determination and unease. The crew members each reacted to the situation in their own way. Soren threw himself into analyzing the anomaly, his mind racing with theories about its nature and the forces that had displaced them. Arya focused on repairing the ship's damaged systems, her hands steady even as her thoughts churned with uncertainty. Layla turned her attention to conserving their limited resources, using her expertise to stretch their supplies as far as possible. Rhea maintained a stoic facade, but in quiet moments she found herself staring out at the void, her mind grappling with the immensity of their isolation. The first weeks were a blur of activity as the crew worked to stabilize the ship and adapt to their new reality. They implemented strict protocols to conserve energy, shutting down non-essential systems and living in dimly lit quarters. Meals were reduced to basic rations, and every resource was rationed with meticulous care. Despite these efforts, the ship's systems were not designed for indefinite isolation. The life support systems were stretched to their limits, and the quantum drive, damaged in the anomaly, was barely operational. As the days turned into weeks, the psychological toll of their isolation began to manifest. The crew experienced bouts of anxiety, frustration, and despair. The silence of deep space became oppressive, its stillness a constant reminder of their distance from everything they had ever known. The observation deck, once a place of inspiration, now felt like a prison, its windows framing a void that seemed to stretch on forever. In the face of these challenges, the crew found solace in their shared humanity. They established rituals to maintain a sense of normalcy: shared meals, storytelling sessions, and moments of reflection. On the observation deck, they would gather to watch the distant stars and share memories of Earth. They spoke of oceans, forests, and the familiar warmth of sunlight. These moments became a lifeline, a way to remind themselves of what they were fighting to return to. It was during one of these gatherings that Soren announced a breakthrough. The ship's sensors had detected faint energy signatures emanating from an unknown source. The signals were weak and intermittent, but they were unmistakably artificial. For the first time since becoming stranded, the crew felt a spark of hope. If there was something out there, something created, not natural, it might hold the key to their survival. The stellar horizon adjusted its course, following the faint signals deeper into the void. The journey was fraught with challenges. The ship's systems continued to degrade, and navigating through the uncharted region required constant vigilance. Arya worked tirelessly to keep the ship operational, her resourcefulness turning salvageable parts into life-saving repairs. Rhea's skills as a pilot were tested to their limits as she guided the ship through fields of debris and gravitational anomalies. After weeks of travel, they reached the source of the signals, a massive, ancient structure floating in the void. The sight of it left the crew awestruck. The structure was unlike anything they had ever seen, its architecture both alien and hauntingly beautiful. It appeared to be a station, though its purpose was unclear. Its surface was covered in intricate patterns that glowed faintly, as though it were alive. Captain Carter ordered a cautious approach. The crew donned their suits and prepared for an expedition into the station, their excitement tempered by the unknown risks they might face. Inside, they found vast, empty chambers filled with strange machinery and symbols that seemed to hum with latent energy. Layla discovered traces of organic material, suggesting that the station's creators had once inhabited it. Soren theorized that the station was a relic of a long-extinct civilization, perhaps one that had ventured into this region of space millennia ago. The most astonishing discovery came when they activated a central console. The machinery sprang to life, projecting a holographic map of the surrounding region. The map revealed a network of similar stations, connected by a web of energy conduits that stretched across light years. The crew realized that they had stumbled upon an ancient infrastructure, a relic of a civilization that had once thrived in the void. Their journey through the network of stations became a saga of survival and discovery. Each station they encountered added new pieces to the puzzle, revealing fragments of a civilization that had achieved incredible feats of engineering and exploration. The data hinted at a catastrophic event that had disrupted the network and left the stations abandoned. As the crew ventured deeper into the network, they faced growing challenges. The ship's systems continued to degrade, and the strain of isolation tested their mental and emotional resilience. Yet they also grew closer, their shared experiences forging bonds that went beyond camaraderie. They became a family, united by their struggle and their determination to survive. The final station in the network held the answers they had been seeking. It contained a functioning energy core, its systems still operational despite the passage of time. The crew worked tirelessly to integrate the core's power into their ship, giving the stellar horizon the energy it needed to chart a course home. The station's data also revealed the cause of the anomaly that had stranded them, a rift in space-time created by the collapse of a distant star. The rift had disrupted the network and scattered its creators, leaving the region a fragmented remnant of a once great civilization. With the ship repaired and their path clear, the crew prepared for the journey back to known space. They carried with them not only the knowledge they had gained, but also a profound sense of transformation. They had ventured into the unknown and emerged stronger, their understanding of the universe and themselves forever changed. As the stellar horizon left the network behind, the crew gathered on the observation deck one final time. They looked out at the sea of stars, their light a reminder of the infinite possibilities that lay beyond the boundaries of human knowledge. They were no longer just explorers or survivors, they were witnesses to the vastness of existence, custodians of a story that spanned time and space. Their journey home was a testament to humanity's resilience and its unyielding desire to reach for the stars. Though they would eventually return to Earth, the memory of their time adrift in a sea of stars would remain with them forever, a reminder that even in the darkest reaches of the universe, there is always light.